Hi FlossTube, how are you doing? Today is Monday, June 28th, 2020. I am standing in front of my orange wall. It is no longer going to be orange. I decided that I'm going to paint it one of the three colors behind me. And out of the colors that I can't use that hand. Out of the colors that I chose, this lighter one, that is the one that I am going to choose. So when I sit down, you'll notice that it's the same exact color that I have a patch of over here. The reason I'm going with the gray, the lighter gray, is because it adds more brightness, and I have a really dark house. My front door and window face the south, and I'm right in front of another building, so I get very little natural light. I want to bring in something that will give me a little more brightness. The orange has dulled quite a bit. One small piece I forgot to add is that all the patterns that I show you are absolutely free. If you want links, I would ask that you go back to FlossTube 12, Fabulous Free Charts for Jolly July, and in the description box you'll find all the links, and you can then go get your own free patterns. This is my first color combination for the Snow Globe by Maria Bravko. I do have Jazz. It's in 28 count Lugana, and this pattern is for 14 count, so that would really work. And as you can see on the pattern, the background is a light blue. I hand-dyed fabric also, and with my hand-dyed fabric, I do have that light blue, but I also have the purple that's coming through. Now, what I would hope is that by hanging colors, we can maybe see which one goes better. Now, having said that, I'm going to take the pattern away so that the floss can have a better chance of standing out against both of these patterns. And if you notice, there really aren't any purples or blues in the flosses. So ultimately, I did do the hand dyeing for Jolly July. It is a large enough piece, and I'm happy with both fabrics. So we have the 28 count Jazz Lugana here by Picture This Plus, but I'm just as pleased with my hand dyed fabric. So what's your opinion? I am filming this so that you can share your opinions with me and vote. But ultimately, what's going to happen is I'll play this back, and if I don't take your vote, it's not because I'm being an asshole. It's because when I viewed it, I saw which one looked better, because right now I'm too close to it. So this is my snowball glass, and it's my first project for Jolly July, and I'm going to start this on Sunday the 5th. All right, so we have about a week. This is a cupcake that I found on Debbie Art, and I've chosen this tea and coffee dyed fabric right here. I did this following Priscilla and Chelsea's directions. It was super easy, and I actually love the fabric and the smell because they don't rinse it. And over here, this is a RIT dye on Ada. Of course, you can tell that it's yellow. This tea dyed fabric, this is 28 count Lugana, and I dyed those myself. I'm not sure that these colors go, and I'm going to put the flosses on anyway, because what I like about the tea coffee dyed fabric is the brown does blend with the modeling. So for that reason, I think this might be a keeper, but I also want to show it on the yellow. And I thought yellow might go well with the red and the green. There's some lighter areas, not quite white, but a paler yellow. After I view this, I may go back and of course make changes. So I am going to put up another pair of flosses to go with the cupcake. This is a second color combination that I thought of to use with the cupcake. This, I'm not even sure what to call this color. I can't name it. Of course, I did dye this myself. This color here is the same, it was in the same dye batch that I showed you with the snow globe. So it does have the blues, and there's a gray in here, and it has the purples. So I would like to take the chart away and hold up the fabrics. I'll hold up the flosses. You see the fabrics already. I think those colors go well with the fabric, but I don't know how these would look, so let's look here. And I don't know which of the four I'm going to use. So do you like the tea and coffee dye? Do you like the yellow? Let's call this a gray. And then we have the modeling for the purple and blue. I don't know. I'm so confused with the cupcake. The good thing is it's a free chart. And if I don't like it on a pattern, I can start over or do another one and give one away, because ultimately it's about the stitching. And yes, I want to love the stitching when I'm done, but I also know that the right fabric can make a huge difference. So this is again for the cupcake, and I'm working on this on Saturday the 11th. This is my third start. I'm starting this on Sunday the 12th, and it is an ornament from Solara Gallery. Now, I will move this closer. The ornament itself is red, but the entire ornament is outlined in gold. So I was thinking of the berry mist over here. I did not hand dye this, but at the same time, I don't know what fabric, what company it is. This one I did hand dye. I'm not convinced it's the best color, but I did want to give it an audition to at least try. Let me move this closer to you, and you can see, I can't get it straight, you can see that the red of the fabric would not touch the red of the ornament. Now, of course, I want to put the thread out. There are the Krynics. There are 3 Krynics, gold, blue, and another color. I have not, oh, they're not Krynic, I'm sorry. They are the light effects, DMC light effects. So here is one color way, and this is hand dyed by me. And here is the berry mist. And apparently, if I'm looking, I do like this color back here against the fabric. I'm pretty sure one of these two will work. I'm not trying to choose colors that I would normally choose. I'm trying to push the envelope of what makes me comfortable. I do have an idea of which one I like better, but again, as I already mentioned, if I hate it, I can take it out or I can start over on a different color. So again, as a review or a reminder, this is Solara Gallery. My next start on July 19th, which is a Sunday, is Odette Owl. This is a Brooks book, and it's one of the 25 Advent calendar animals. I've chosen 2 to work on, and Odette Owl is one. If I have time, I would also stitch Pete the polar bear, and because it's part of a set, they are on the same background. Now, this I hand dyed. It came out much darker. It is not a color fast blue because I had to scrub. And even though people probably suggest not to, I used soap over and over again. And even in the last rinse, there was some pale blue coming out. I rinsed this for at least half an hour and scrubbed. Crazy. But out of all the fabric I dyed, this is one of my top favorites. Over here, we have hand dyed by Rolanda. It's a 28 count linen. I do not know the producer of the linen. Now, let me take Odette Owl off and bring out the floss. So here is part of the floss, well, all the floss except white. And I actually like that. This might blend in too much, but still, that's actually very attractive. And then if I move it over here, I don't see any problems here either with the colors. This does not blend in, it stands out. So I may, because this is a dyeing for Jolly July, I may just go with my hand dyed instead of this piece here, this linen. And the fabric, there's enough room for both Advent animals. I wanted you to see these colors before I added the picture. And I'm not sure what I would call this. It's somewhat camo colored. I would call this more of a tan in here and some sort of green. And then over here I have the blues and the reds, and there is gray in there as well. Neither of these are what I would consider bright and fun Christmas colors, but I don't have a full picture of him. This is Grumpy Kitty. It is a Brooks Books chart. You can see it has the blue background, but I wanted Grumpy Kitty would not be fawning all over these colors. So I wanted to do an addition. So these colors might go well. I see a few of these kind of blending in, which might not be the best. But over here, we only have the pink, really. The grays would pop. There's this color here. I am not going to do the cats, the star. I'm not going to do that in the color effects. But I think those are the two choices I'm going to have for Grumpy Kitty. As I was packing up Grumpy Kitty, I did find this mottled blue and purple and gray. You saw a similar piece once before because I do have a larger piece of fabric that I dyed with this one. And so I do find it pretty, and I don't think Grumpy Cat would be happy with it. But I do think that it would be a choice because we don't try to make Grumpy Cat happy. I do think this blue might get lost a little bit, but those colors might not be a bad choice either. Put them in the middle. And again, I just added one more choice for Grumpy Kitty. This is a different hand dye. This one is more gray. The last one I showed, I believe it's more camo. You've already seen this color, hand dyed by Rolanda. And I threw in this silver and white fabric. It's on 20 count. I don't know the maker, but I did find it on 123 Stitch. So it actually might be Picture This Plus, although that's not the only color they sell. And it is silver and white. And it, I think, gives more sparkle than the opalescent white. And I was thinking about which fabric, and I've been auditioning them, but what I realized is it is a white background, and I'm not going to stitch all of that. So I am going to use this piece of fabric. I started a pattern over here. I'm going to take that out, and I'm going to do the house in here. There's plenty of room for it. And I think that will work well. I can put the colors up just so you can see, but ultimately it's really blues, whites, and golds. And I don't want to stitch the white background. I'm slipping this one in. It is a Biscornu, and ultimately I feel it would be better on white. I'm not going to go opalescence or sparkly. I'm going to let the colors and the stitching work for themselves. Finally, my last start for Jolly July will be a Linens and Threads mystery sampler ornament. They have included one with each of the 6 patterns that they have for the Family and Friends Quaker. The next ornament should have dropped or will drop in the next day or so, but I've already made the decision to use this red Ada with number 725, and this is a pearl and cotton DMC pearl cotton. I've never used the pearl cotton, and I don't have a red and yellow ornament, so I thought this would be a perfect chance to put the two together. Well, there you have my Jolly July. If you have any preferences, definitely let me know. I'd love to know what you're working on for Jolly July. So if you have Instagram or a FlossTube channel, will you leave that information below? And I'd like to check out what you're working on as well. And if you're still here and you enjoyed this video or any of my other videos, please remember to click the subscribe button. Every FFO begins with a single stitch, so hopefully you're getting your stitchy time in. Thank you and have a happy Jolly July.